Hi everybody, welcome to the table. I am Rook and have a really special deck profile today. I'm joined by JJ.
What's going on?
JJ's going to show off his Blade Knight deck that he used to school me in our last matchup. So JJ, take it away. Let's get started. I'm interested to see what your deck is really composed of and why it beat my ass so bad.
First off, we start with the skill. We've got the Ishizu skill, Millennium Necklace. In your draw phase, before the opponent draws, you can look at the top three cards. You'll see why it combos later. I'll start off with some monsters. It's the Blade Knight deck, so we got 3 Blade Knights. Super strong monster, doesn't need a tribute. He's got a really good effect, 2,000 attack if you can empty your hand out.
So normally it's at 1,600 attack, but how many cards do you need in your hand for 2,000?
One or less, and if there's no other monsters on the field, then everything he destroys doesn't have their flip effect activated.
Solid.
A lot of the cards that have those flip effects, they just don't work against Blade Knight sometimes.
So the core of the deck is to get this card out pretty much all the time.
Yeah, this guy can give you a lot of advantages. 2,000 on a level 4 monster beats over most other level 4 monsters. Next up, we got 3 Zombinas.
Zombina, I had to reread this card because Zombina, when I initially read it, I assumed that it was, you can special summon level 4 lower zombie from your graveyard because I saw it in zombie decks all the time. But then when I played against you, I realized that it's really any level 4 monster. So Zombina is going to be here to stay, I think, through really anything that we see coming out here in the future.
Yeah, it's a super strong card no matter what. If it can bring out, Blade Knight can bring out, it can't bring out other Zombinas, but it can bring out the next monster, 2 Warrior Dai Greffers.
Warrior Dai Grepher is a really strong normal warrior card. The card used to be Battle Ox to run if you wanted to run another strong, just normal level 4 monster. Battle Ox had 1,700 attack but only 1,000 defense. And, it's good to be a warrior card because you can equip it things with like Legendary Sword and Sword of Dragon Soul, which bumps it up all the way to 2,400. Yep. We also saw Axe Raider come out and attack from the deep. Although Axe Raider only has 1,500 or I think 1,550 defense, so Warrior Dai Grepher making it the most in the most value.
Yeah, this is the most bang for your buck on a level 4, like very vanilla card. 1,700 attack, 16 defense. Next up, we have 1 Sphere Karibo. Hand traps are good. A lot of back row removal in this set. We'll see what's coming out in the new set, but having a way to defend yourself from your hand is invaluable.
Is there a reason why you just run 1? I see most decks I'm seeing either 2 or 3.
They're expensive.
They're expensive? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
That's pretty
we're
much
not
it.
on dueling books, so it's a little bit of a different story.
No,
but
yeah. If I could just download Sphere Karibo.
So if you had a second or a third one, would you put it in the deck?
Definitely 2, probably not 3. 3 might clog it up a little bit because the point of the deck is to be aggressive, but sometimes you still need some protection. We got spells. This deck only runs 2 spells. 2 Sword of Dragon Soul, plus 700 attack to a warrior type monster. That'd be the Blade Knight, that'd be the Warrior Dai Grepher, making this 2,700, 2,400, hard to beat.
Solid, yeah. Every deck that I run warriors, I use sword. I used to use Legendary Sword when it just all came out, but Sword of Dragon Soul is almost like a no-brainer. You don't need extra defense. Sword of Dragon Soul is probably the best equipped card out there right now, and a lot of decks run warriors. So, and of course, Dragon Caller is still a threat. It's not really going anywhere. So, Sword of Dragon Soul very useful.
Yeah, you can just run in a Warrior Dai Grepher versus a Blue Eyes, and you'll take some damage. But that Blue Eyes is seen in the graveyard. Next up, we got all our traps. Started out 3 Light Force Swords.
All right, talk to me about Light Force Sword because this is the first time that I've really seen this in a competitive deck, and it looks like an even trade because you're using a card to set to then take a card from your opponent's hand, which it might throw your opponent off. But I really want to know the reason behind running 3 and just kind of the background behind that.
So pretty much this deck is built on the theory of card advantage. Blade Knight is super strong. He can usually 2 for 1. He can kill something and then require an answer. Same with Warrior Dai Grepher plus a Dragon Soul Sword. Zombina can bring back a Blade Knight for free or a Warrior Dai Grepher. And if Blade Knight manages 2 for 1 or Warrior Dai Grepher manages 2 for 1, then I have card advantage, and then Light Force Sword comes in. I'll lose a card, but you'll lose a card too. So if I'm able to cut down my opponent's options while still keeping mine strong, then in theory I should just have advantage over the rest of the game.
So you're seeing consistent board control, and you're banking on the fact that the Blade Knight and the Warrior are trading 2 for 1, so that you can overwhelm the opponent with the Light Force Sword afterwards. Then.
Yeah, pretty much. It just narrows down your options. And the nice thing about this is it counts standby phases. So if you activate it after the standby phase, then it takes actually 5 turns instead of just 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw that.
Next up, the reason that we play this Millennium Necklace. 2 conscriptions.
Okay, conscription. So I've seen this combo before, but it seems really situational, and I haven't seen in all the decks that I play with it in there, I don't see it happen too often. I personally have only gotten conscripted necklaced maybe twice in my speed dueling career so far. So tell me a little bit about why you're committing the skill. If you had to run a different skill, what would you run? And but is it really that much of a commitment that you want to go the necklace all the time?
I think so, because like I said, the advantage of this deck is just straight card advantage. If I can turn conscription into a swordswoman, a blue eyes white dragon, a dark magician, there's a lot of options that conscription can steal from the opponent. Not only do I get a monster special summoned onto the field right away, I'm also taking away a card from you. And Millennium Necklace almost ensures that I'm able to steal just any monster.
Just a monster, yeah.
On top of that, using Millennium Necklace, I can rearrange the cards on top of your deck in whatever order. So if I know you're looking for Windstorm of Itaqua, for example, I can put it as your 3rd card, so you're not going to see it for a while. Next up, we have 2 Kunai with Chains, just a standard defensive, offensive, all-around good trap.
Do you find you're using both effects?
Typically, yeah, but sometimes it's good to not turn the opponent's monster into defense mode and just let it run into a Blade Knight at 2500. Closing out the deck, we have 1 Dust Tornado and 1 Wild Tornado.
Dust Tornado and Wild Tornado. So tell me a little bit about why it's not 2 Dust Tornadoes.
The reason we have a Wild Tornado at all is because back row destruction is a lot more prevalent in this format with the Twisters, the Dust Tornadoes. If the opponent pops this, then you get a free pop on anything that's face up on their side of the field. So it's a good little trap inside a trap.
It's a kind of misconception that Wild Tornado can only pop maybe a back row or a field spell if it gets destroyed itself. But it's any face-up card.
Yep.
That can be a monster. That can be a Blue Eyes.
Yep. And Dust Tornado is just standard back row removal. Not really much to explain there. It's good to have at least 1 in your deck. If there's an heirloom, if there's a field spell that you want to get rid of, you need to have that option on deck somewhere.
So I noticed there's no Windstorm of Itaqua here, and we've seen Windstorm be really, really strong in a lot of deck combos. Pretty much can be used anywhere. It looks like you're kind of using the similar effect with Kunai. Are you banking on the opponent having maybe 1 large monster, or are you really valuing that attack bonus over switching all the battle positions of your opponent?
It's more that this deck is designed to be an aggressive control deck. If I was in a situation where I needed to use a Windstorm, I think that I'm already playing at a disadvantage. Windstorm is more of a stall, or you're looking for the answer that you need. But this deck hopefully has all the answers ready to go, and it's Blade Knight and it's Kunai, pumping them up with the equipment.
All right, so there you have it. That's the deck. Do you have a side deck you want to show us?
Yes, I do. Keep in mind, this is before the Scars booster box is coming out and the new starter deck. So this is my side deck for the current meta. 2 warrior eliminations, because warriors, the meta right now is either warriors or spellcasters are the 2 most popular types of cards. This answers Amazons, it answers the Knights. It's just a good card to have in the side deck. On top of that, 2 ready for intercepting. Again, warriors and spellcasters, this answers those. Helps in the relinquished matchup as well. You can turn relinquished face down, the equipment falls off, and then hopefully you can run into it and destroy it. And the last one is another Wild Tornado. There's face-up cards, or the opponent runs a lot of back row removal.
It's a solid side deck. We're going to see this. I mean, this, like JJ said, this is prior to the Scars of Battle booster set. So this, I can tell you, this is my side deck card for card in my Amazon's deck. You know, obviously warrior elimination, right, for intercepting, such strong counters to situational decks where you're playing warriors or spellcasters. Things like Gravekeepers, things like, obviously it shuts down Dragon Caller, Relinquish. Those are still kind of top tier right now. So, you know, really good picks here. Do you find you're siding, say you're playing my Amazon's deck, like when you played me in our matchup, did you side both warrior eliminations? Did you side 1 warrior elimination, 2 ready for intercepting? How did you go about doing that? And what would you take out?
In our duel, I believe I took out Sphere Kribo and Sword of Dragon Soul to put in 1 warrior elimination and 1 ready for intercepting. In that specific scenario, warrior elimination is double-edged because I run a lot of warriors as well, so I don't want those to die. But if I had, say, Zombinas out and you had warriors, then it would be a pretty clutch card, and ready for intercepting is just always good.
Awesome. Well, any closing remarks on the Blade Knight deck, JJ?
No, I think that's it. I'm sad we didn't get to see the combo of the necklace and the conscription go off in the duel you put up, but it's there. If I'm able to steal that swordswoman, then that's a big hit to you no matter what.
Yeah, all these cards are pretty solid. Obviously, you're looking at it's a big budget deck. You know, you got Blade Knight, you got Zombina, Dust Tornado, obviously the Spear Kribo there. Those are big money cards from recent boosters, but very solid deck. I don't expect to see this to go anywhere when Scars of Battle comes out. There might be some other threats against it, but Blade Knight is going to continue to be strong, and I think we're going to be able to continue to see him and Zombina in a lot of other decks to come.
Yeah, I think Blade Knight is just always going to be a strong card. Same with Kunai, having a Blade Knight with a sword. But we'll see what the next boosters bring in.
All right, guys. Well, this has been the Blade Knight deck with featuring JJ. JJ, you have a Twitter handle?
Yeah, it's actually at smash_JJJ. Hit me up with a follow. I post Smash videos. Rook of Rook's Tables fame is on there as well.
Oh yeah, please don't watch. No, I get destroyed. But anyway, so that's been the Blade Knight deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Anything you'd think you'd add here, feel free to comment, and of course subscribe for more. Thanks, everybody.